During the darkest days of World War II, when the outcome of naval warfare hung in the balance, a new kind of aircraft emerged from the hangars of Grumman Aircraft Engineering Corporation. It was called the TBF Avenger, a torpedo bomber so large and complex that early critics dismissed it as too heavy, too slow, and too ambitious for carrier operations. Yet, against all odds, this aircraft would go on to revolutionize naval aviation and become one of the deadliest ship killers in military history. The Avenger made its combat debut in June 1942 at the Battle of Midway, a baptism by fire that nearly ended in disaster. 6 Avengers from Torpedo Squadron 8 launched from Midway Island to attack the Japanese fleet. Only 1 aircraft returned. The rest were torn apart by anti-aircraft fire and enemy fighters. It seemed to confirm the critics' fears. The Avenger was too big, too slow, too complicated for carrier operations. But this tragic beginning would only be the first chapter in a story of redemption, resilience, and revenge. Behind its seemingly bulky frame was a masterpiece of engineering innovation. Designed under the leadership of Leroy Grumman, the Avenger introduced features never before seen in naval aviation. Its stow-wing folding mechanism, an ingenious system that allowed the wings to fold back flat along the fuselage, saved crucial deck space on carrier containers. Its armored cockpit, self-sealing fuel tanks, and redundant control systems made it one of the safest aircraft of the war, prioritizing crew survivability above all else. By 1943, the Avenger had proven its worth. At the Battle of the Philippine Sea, Avenger struck devastating blows against the Imperial Japanese Navy. And during the Battle of Leyte Gulf, the largest naval battle in history, Avengers from multiple carriers played a decisive role in crippling Japan's mightiest warships. Among their victims were the Yamato and Musashi, the largest and most heavily armed battleships ever built. No other aircraft type could claim such a record. The Avenger became synonymous with deadly precision and unmatched versatility. It sank 12 aircraft carriers, 6 battleships, and around 30 submarines during the war. It could drop torpedoes, bombs, depth charges, or even sonobuoys, adapting to whatever the mission required. Its massive bomb bay and reliable radial engine gave it both endurance and power unmatched by other aircraft in its class. One of the Avenger's most famous pilots was a young George H.W. Bush, who would later become the 41st President of the United States. As a Navy pilot in 1944, Bush flew his Avenger during attacks on Japanese positions in the Pacific. When his aircraft was hit by anti-aircraft fire, he stayed at the controls long enough to release his bombs on target before bailing out over the ocean, a testament to the bravery of the men who flew this machine. As the war expanded, production of the Avenger soared. Grumman built thousands before transferring manufacturing to General Motors, where the aircraft was redesignated TBM. In total, over 9,800 Avengers were produced, making it one of the most widely built naval aircraft of the entire war. After 1945, the Avenger refused to fade into history. It became the cornerstone of anti-submarine warfare during the early Cold War, patrolling the Atlantic in search of Soviet submarines. During the Korean War, it carried out the last torpedo attack in history, marking the end of an era in aerial combat. From its humble beginnings at Midway to its decades-long service career, the Grumman TBF Avenger became a living symbol of American ingenuity and perseverance. Its over-engineered design, once mocked as excessive, proved to be its greatest strength, keeping crews alive in impossible situations and ensuring mission success even under fire. By the time it was retired in 1960, the Avenger had influenced nearly every aspect of modern naval aircraft design, from damage control systems to carrier operation mechanisms. It was not just a torpedo bomber, it was a flying fortress, a technological leap, and a legend of the skies. The Grumman TBF Avenger's legacy lives on in every carrier deck that still takes to the sea. It taught engineers that complexity can be strength, and that innovation, when done right, can turn a machine once doubted into the most successful naval bomber of all time.